Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome back to some more Warframes Online. Now, I've just gone and purchased the Mitre, and been giving it a go. Now, these launcher weapons, they're a strange one actually, because they fall between the sort of rifles and the shotguns, but they have traits from both. And what I mean by that is, the first trait is obviously that it has damage similar to the shotgun, you could say. But at the same time, it has the accuracy of a rifle. So there's a bit of a contrast between the two, and there's definitely an overlap there. I don't know if this is something Warframe's going to change further down the line, or is it going to stay like this or not, because it is a little bit of an odd one. Now, with something with 125 damage, it's a serrated blade, it's got a critical chance of around about 100. It's a charge weapon, so it's optional. You can press fire and fire, or you can hold down the charge button and charge it up. But like I said, I mean, the odd thing for me, I put one card on there. It's quite a rather high one. I put my serration card on there, my rifle serration card. Now, before I purchased it, you know, you would sort of expect to have the, I don't know, would you or not? I was sort of expecting to have the shotgun cards on there, really. But obviously not. I mean, having the serration on there is not a problem. The only downside for me would be is normally I would, you know, if I'm using a shotgun, I'll put my maximum serration on my death cube. And obviously, you know, that helps me out. But in this case, obviously, you need two serration cards, one for your death cube and now one for this gun. That doesn't necessarily mean I don't like it. I've actually been quite enjoying using it. And do you know what? It actually has some, I don't know the right word, unique abilities over the other weapons. Particularly over the, actually it has better abilities, I would say, over the launcher, over the shotguns, and even over the rifles. It's actually quite a unique weapon. And the reason is because the actual disc, let me show you this thing, it's actually quite big. The disc that actually fires, you don't have to actually fire at the enemy. You could do a ricochet off the wall. So if he's behind a box, if you get your angles right, you know, you're going to take him out behind the box, even though you can't see him. Now, there's not many other weapons that can do that. And at the same time, the long-range accuracy is very good. So, firstly, you can shoot around a box. You can't do that with any other weapons. Secondly, you can shoot from long range, right? Okay, you could say a sniper rifle could do the same. Yeah, I agree. But at the same time, a shotgun can shoot from long range, but the depreciation over long range with this thing is pretty much bloody zero. I mean, if you hit them, it's full damage all day long. Whether, you know, you hit something from long range with maybe the Heck or the Strun, particularly the Heck, because obviously the Heck's slightly better at range, you know, you're not going to do full damage, obviously, because of the spray. Where this is a flying disc and you're going to obviously hit them. Obviously, the damage is going to vary between body shots and headshots, but it's an interesting weapon. You know, I've got it up to 6. I've got it up to rank 7, first of all, just so I can put serration on there, you know what I mean? Am I going to polarize it? Let's see. I mean, I'm still sort of getting used to it now. I mean, the charging is a little bit strange. It's not, you got to be, I'm going to say it actually suits Rhino, because you need the HP and the armor to be able to stand there and fire it. I know you're probably thinking, what does it go on about? And what I mean by that is one of them weapons where you can't rapid fire to kill something, right? You got to fire once. You know, you might be charging, so you want to be, you know, the chances are you're going to be taking hits. That's what I mean, between your shots. So I think it suits Rhino quite well. It's quite a good tanking weapon for him, because, you know, he has the ability to use his Rhino, you know, put his Rhino armor on and just stay there and take the hits. You know, while he's just quite casually firing out these discs. And I found the contrast pretty good between the two. Now, anyway, regardless of it, we're not really talking about this, but I've brought my dual fangs because they just look nice. And it's a bit of a contrast between Rhino moving slow, the weapon fire, you know, moving slow, and then you've got the sort of contrast of the very, very fast melee weapons. And I've just thrown these in. But it's more about, as I say, it's more about this Mitre. So, okay, well, I haven't got any special cards on Rhino. I've just got my standard cards. Nothing particularly great. And I'm not going to be doing anything too hard. I just want to sort of casual gameplay where, you know, just give you a bit of an idea what it's like. Should we go and do something like, we do Infestation. Should we try that? Defense 46. Now what I have noticed, do you remember, this is the test. Now, like we all experienced before this last update, matchmaking, the only way I could explain it was horrendous. I mean, most of the time, everyone's talking about doing Kappa and doing these high wave defense, but every time you go there, there's no one there. It's like, well, so I just crack out like a relaxed sort of killing spree. Now this is going to have more effect on the infestation over Corpus. I don't know how this is going to go on my own, but we'll give it a go. Take out a couple of these. The only thing I'm going to really need here is Rhino Stomp if it goes horribly wrong, which you shouldn't do. Hopefully someone will join in the game, eh? Now I'm not going to go to a massive wave, but it's just a bit of a demonstration. Now I'll tell you what I have actually noticed with Rhino since the update. Obviously he's been I'll say upgraded, but he's been overhauled. Now you can see his skin's more reflective of the ability you're using, the iron skin. So charging up, guys. That little red ring there, it's fully charged. So now you just hold down, you let go. Let's have a look. I'll try and show you some of these bounce things. What's going on about? Now I'll tell you when I press fire. 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 Right, that might be quite annoying me actually saying that, guys, but there is a point. The delay between you pressing the fire button and it actually leaving the weapon is quite slow. So fire. Fire. See what I mean? So there is a delay there. So don't be expecting to sort of be pressing the fire button, you know, and you unleash this array of many discs. It is slow. Your teammates might be thinking, what is he doing? He seems very relaxed standing there firing them discs. You know, the core's absolutely swamped, but you know, he's just chilling out up there. But it does take a long time to fire, there's no doubt about that. But you can see some of the horrendous amounts of damage it does, which is pretty ridiculous, really. That's obviously with my serration out. I'm doing 1,000 per hit. It's ridiculous. Let's go and collect a few items. Now the clip size is about 74. It's not massive, but like I think it's one of them weapons where the advantage over something like the shotgun with this is, you know, you've got the ability to do long range damage. Do you know what I'm saying? So okay, you've got the sniper rifle. The sniper rifle can do long range damage, but it's probably one of the only rifles really where you can do this much damage over range. You don't even need to really aim, really. Just aim at the floor and it's going to bounce up and hit someone. Takes a bit of practice, but look, if I shoot the floor, do it again. Bit of a beast to gun, I must admit. I actually sort of like it. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. Now, it's going to be, I think over the next sort of few days when I rank this up, it's going to be interesting to see how multi-shot works for this, isn't it? I mean, I'm guessing I'm going to be firing 2 discs at the same time. We've got any big guys here. Not too worried about them. My death cube can sort them out. I'm going to go for, we're fully loaded anyway. Looks quite nice actually in your hand as well. I mean, on the side it actually looks like a normal gun, and then you look from the front and you see it's almost like one of them clay pigeon shooting things, isn't it? Where you fire the clay pigeons, isn't it? Let's go and pick some bits and bobs up while we're here. Now, the purpose of this is just to give you sort of a bit of an insight, you know, what I think about it, and the first impressions really before it sort of gets to that point where, you know, you get to a high rank with it. Now, I want to actually see one of the big dudes now and see how it fares out on him, particularly over range as well. It's almost like you don't really want to be shooting these things. Do I really want to be hitting him for 1,000? Not really. I'll be better off. I mean, in this scenario, you're probably better off. Let's just fire one in there because that might ricochet around there. You can see a bit of a ricochet there. I hear them flying past my head as I'm shooting down here. I I'll tell you what might be quite good on this, particularly on Infestation. Something like, oops. There's a few cards. It's, like I said, it's quite an interesting one because it's a... Still, you know, it's doing the same amount as a shotgun, but doing the same amount of a sniper, but it's actually assault rifle, and it's taking the assault rifle cards. I don't know, should the launchers have their own cards? I mean, this is the question, isn't it? But I think they probably should, you know. I don't think they're really using the rifle ones. I mean, you've got a rocket launcher that's using a rifle card. It just seems a bit odd. Got some little ones there. I'm not really worried about them. Got some bits. Yeah, I want to get the big dudes. We get them on the last wave, I think. Nearing the end, so... I'll pop round here. Now, I must admit, I do like what they've done to Rhino on the update. I know it's quite a while ago, really, but I haven't played him since. What I have noticed, what I definitely have noticed is, it's almost, do you know when you go and do a void, and you run through that water? When you're running, it's almost like they've applied that to him all the time. It's like, he wasn't like this before, not as bad, anyway. We have one left or something? Oh, we got a guy over here. Get a charged up one for him. Get one nice and ready. And I missed. You have to be quick, my bloody Death Cube. He's so dangerous. He just kills things before you can bloody kill him. I should really do. When I'm XPing or something, I de-equip him because he ain't doing you any favours. Because he's not gaining you any kills or anything because they don't count, do they? Pointless. Sounds good. Should we do a bit of a... Oh, haven't really taken any damage yet. Got a couple of discs down here. So there we go. See everyone around the corner there? I mean, you couldn't really have planned that, but... Has that advantage of actually shooting something and then, you know, if you miss, you might actually hit something else. Obviously, the other rocket launchers have a slightly different... I don't get them from here or what, but... yeah. I have got all the power cards equipped as well. So my power range and efficiency is quite good on him. Up here again. Now, I want to see one of the big dudes. We're going to try it out. FQ can take it out, I'll take him. Oops, I miss him. Just trying some like floor shots and stuff like that. So, you know, I think when you first get this, you'll probably do the same. Just sort of just try a few... There's no surviving with this thing, that's what I'll tell you. You eat someone with this thing. Very accurate. You don't feel like you could just point and shoot with this thing even from range, really, and you just feel like you feel confident that you can hit things. I probably feel quite confident I could just shoot like that now and hit something. Just do a little bit of a collection. Ammo, is it going to be a problem? I mean, if you're doing obviously high waves, you're going to have to take ammo max or some sort of increase the ammo size. I don't think really clip's actually that bad. 20's alright, you know? I mean, that's 20 times 1,000. I mean, that's only with the cards I've got on at the moment. That's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, what you probably want to be doing, really, guys, is probably something like this, you know what I mean? Take them out with these first. And then, you know, use the big gun for the big guys as such. There's one there. Let's probably swap over now. Do a charge one, see how it goes. Even there, did it? I think it did. So I'm waiting now. I'm trying to fire, guys, but I'm waiting for incredible long reload at the moment. There we go. Might have to do a quick. Take out the charge one for this guy. Is he dead? That's sort of freak out a little bit, didn't they? Is he dead? God, I don't know if it's maybe me lagging out a little bit here. Try this guy here. Do a reload. Should we go for him? That done him for 350. What a lot was it? see one alive down there somewhere. Is he dead? No, he's not. See, look, if you notice that, from actual charge to a non-charge, didn't seem to make much difference, did it? Let's try charge now. It's 340. Non-charge 340. So, get the charge. Come on. There we go. Man down. Man down. Quite a bit of casual gameplay today, guys. It's just more of a demonstration, really, than anything else. So far, I'm actually pretty impressed with it. I mean,
Extraction is ready, unless you can handle more of the enemy.
I think I'll call it a day there. Now, I mean, look.
Objective secure. Let's go home.
Now, you know, the decision you've got to make now is, what do you use? You know, are you going to use the shotgun? Now these guns are coming outside of the. I better just exit just in case. Now these actually weapons are coming outside of the dojo. You know, and they're in the public domain. Obviously, a lot more people are going to be carrying these weapons. Now the question is, you know, what do you choose now? Do you go mitre or do you go shotgun? Okay, shotgun's going to do 140. It's got less in the clip size, but the mitre's got better over range, and not only that, it's got the chance of ricocheting and hitting something else. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see actually how I'm quite looking forward. One of the other cards I thought would be quite interesting to whack on here at some point. Obviously, I haven't really got the space yet. Multi-shot's going to be an interesting one, particularly on the discs. Critical damage, obviously, that's going to help. Obviously, because I think its base critical's 100 anyway, so that's going to help. And obviously all the freeze and the fire, so it's going to be doing quite a bit of damage. And I think I probably would pick this actually now over the shotgun, because you know you've already got that contrast between going with some sort of secondary weapon that can take out them smaller enemies, and then now you've got something like the mitre that not only can take out an enemy from short range, but you can actually take him out from long range as well. Now with them tougher guys, obviously I was only doing 350 damage, which is not a massive amount, but don't forget, I mean, it's only level 7. I know I've got high serration on there, but you know, once this has got fire, you know, and all the base cards on there, and maybe something, would I go for reload? Not really sure, but fire rate seems to be quite important because it's quite slow on the fire rate. So I'll probably put a fire rate card on there as well. Obviously, I'll go for the critical chance. And then it'd be really interesting to see how it actually fares out. Because I actually think, do you know what? It's going to be a pretty decent gun. And I'm actually thinking now, you know, I'll probably go with this. Because I like the fact that you can actually shoot something from long range. I know you could say, yeah, okay, get a sniper rifle with a clip of 20. With it doing this sort of damage, you could compare it to a sniper rifle. You could say, you know, the Volkor. The Volkor's doing 125. Fire rate's 1.5. Accuracy, saying 13, but it's saying 100% on the mitre. And clip size 20. So even at that, I mean, you're saying to yourself, well, hang on a minute. Well, why would I go for that when I can go for this? You know, what is going to make me say, yeah, I want to take that with me over this? Absolutely nothing. I'll take this all day long. I mean, the overall ammunition size is pretty much the same anyway. I mean, what else can we compare it to? Once again, I'll go with a mitre. I don't know about you. I'd rather have okay, it doesn't have a clip size, it's continuous fire. What else would I go with this? Okay, it has got epic fire rate. But my logic's always been, with like shotguns, is if you're shooting an enemy and you're shooting him twice, I'm not saying there's an issue, but my thinking is I want to kill him in one shot, not shoot. I'd rather shoot him in one shot and then shoot something else rather than shoot him twice. Just seems like, well, that's the whole point of a shotgun. I know this is not a shotgun. This is what I'm saying. This gun is, you know, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It's because it's an assault rifle, but you know, it's in the under launcher category, but it's an assault rifle in the game, so it's a bit of an odd one. So it's very difficult to compare it. I mean, you can compare it against other launchers, but then, you know, you've still got to compare that against the damage output of other guns, if you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, even looking at the Snipertron Vandal, I mean, it's pretty much the same as well. So even with that, you're getting a clip of 20. The only downside with this really is the fire rate. I actually really like it. Do you know what? I think I probably will polarize it, because if you polarize the slots, the damage output in this thing is going to be pretty good, you know. You're going to be doing quite a bit of damage. And the clip size is good. You know, it's a genuinely good weapon. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it was only a sort of just a quick view at the mitre today. And I think what the plan is obviously once I get it up to 30 and I've polarised, maximum polarisation I'll go for. And then we'll do some more tests. But I mean, look, even with that serration card, that is perfectly good. Which is saying a lot really for rank 7. So it'd be interesting to see, you know, when it gets up to maximum rank and it's got all the cards on there, you know, what sort of damage output it's going to be doing. But generally, you know, how would I even class this weapon? It's a sniper rifle, assault rifle, shotgun. That's the only way I can conclude it, really, because, you know, it has all of them benefits in one, really. You know, in stats, in clip size, in damage, in range. I mean, so, yeah, I mean, it's an all-round good gun. Disc firing gun. Is it a gun? Who knows? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick video on the mitre. Hope I haven't confused the hell out of you, but look, I think it's worth getting, you know. I think, would I pick this over the shotguns? I suppose the answer to the question is, yeah, I would. Would I pick this over the rocket launcher? Yeah, I would. Am I going to probably... The only downside with this, actually, before I go, because I was just about to go there, the only downside with this I see is the moment I've got 2 sets of cards. I've got my cards for my shotguns, and I've got them maxed out, and I've got them on my HEC. And I've got all my cards maxed out on my Latron Prime. Now, the issue is with this, which is not a major issue, because it uses assault rifle cards, every time I want to take my shotgun with me, I have to de-equip all the cards from the Latron Prime and then equip them all on this weapon. It's just a bloody pain in the arse. Now, you know, you could say to yourself, yeah, have 2 sets of cards. Well, if you've tried to max out the serration card, I mean, to get it to that last notch took me around about 2.5 months just to get one notch there. And it was something like 700 cores or something ridiculous to get up that notch. Now, I'm already maxing out another card for my Def Cube. I'm not going to do another one for this. So that is the downside, and that is swapping all your bloody cards over every time you want to use the weapon. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will be doing another video when it gets to rank 30. I hope you enjoyed it today. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.